This is an easy trip, easy place for you to go because we've all certainly done it before. I want you to imagine for a moment that you just won the lottery. And I'm not talking about the $10 you won on the scratchies while sitting in your car smoking a Marlboro, yelling at your kids to shut up. No, I mean the big one, the big one. I want you to imagine that all of a sudden you have $3 billion in your possession. Now, discount the first question of what would you do first because it's not germane to what I'm about to discuss and because the usual answer is I'd keep working and put it in the bank. No, you wouldn't. Like you're going to keep punching the clock at Walmart and shepherding flocks of dirty feet people to the Crocs section for the rest of your life while you got $3 billion in the bank. No, you're not. Let us get down to the bigger question of what will you do with it when you're old and just about ready to check out of the bed and breakfast we call life? Well, here for our viewing pleasure and to answer that question is a man whose name I'm only going to try to pronounce once in this little rant, Yvon Chouinard. He's the founder of Patagonia, the company that makes outdoor apparel, and his family owns about $3 billion stake in the company at this time. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to give it away. You know what he's going to give it to? Wait for it. You ready? Here's the information. He's going to give it to combat climate change. Now, I'm going to allow you a small moment of silence in which to utter beneath your breath the words that you try so hard not to speak in front of your children, except for when you're playing the scratchies in your car, of course. $3 billion is going to combat climate change. Now, I want to start by giving this guy just some props because a little bit is on display. He's doing this as a way that absolutely does not benefit him financially whatsoever. There's no tax benefits, no charitable deductions. This guy believes in what he's doing, and for that, I salute him a little bit. But, of course, there's the glaring issue that he's probably about to throw most of that $3 billion directly, and I mean directly into the toilet because many or even most of the major efforts to combat climate change, as we all know, aren't very realistic. If you doubt me, call up your local wind farmer and ask him how that's going. Now, whenever a billionaire does something wild with his money, there's a favorite trick the left likes to pull out of his hat. Better things this person could be doing with his money. Jeff Bezos decides to rocket up into space with some buddies, which incidentally costs far less than $3 billion. And the left is all over him like white on rice on a paper plate on a sheep in a snowstorm. I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to point out, for instance, that with $3 billion, you could feed 14.5 million children for a year, or any of the other actually useful things you could do with that kind of cash. And why not? Because I'm a capitalist, and I think the same way about this guy as I do any other billionaire. He can spend his freaking money however he chooses. But I think it's worth thinking about for no other reason, if for no other reason, then it pulls the starter cord on that age-old daydream about what you do with all that cash. Now get back to scratching. I've got a feeling this is going to be the big one. $3 billion to change the weather. You know what they want to do? They want to cool off the planet. They should turn them fans on high.
They should.
They bring West Texas down 15 degrees right now. Turn them suckers up. Let's get some air moving in New Mexico, baby. Shit.